Good morning, everyone. Welcome to MPHT Review and Training Center. Today, we are going to discuss the superposition theorem. No? So, this is a series of lecture of our Review and Training Center. So, the name of our Review and Training Center is Marina's Powerhouse Team Review and Training Center, or just simply Powerhouse. We are the only powerhouse naman dito sa pagdating sa electrical engineering review. Ano po? So today po, meron po tayong topic na pag-uusapan about the superposition theorem. So by the way, sa ating mga friends sa Facebook Live na nanonood ngayon, so my name is Engineer Reggie Marinay. So just call me Kuya Reg, no? So do not call me Sir Marinay. So from year 2020, I will not allow any student to call me Sir Marinay, no? Pagka sir, kala mo kay taas-taas no? So, para bang untouchable, no? So, ayaw po namin ng ganyan, no? We are here to serve you, no? So, paglilingkuran namin kayo, so this is not an easy effort, no? We are the only review center who are consistently doing this program. This is a very hard effort on our part, but our advocacy is to help. That's number one thing. We want to help the students, to be specific, the electrical students, not only in the Philippines, but also around the globe. Okay, so let us start our discussion. Okay, so by the way, so let us state first the superposition theorem. Okay, so I already translate it in a simple way. Okay, but the essence is still the same. No? The superposition theorem states that each branch current in a circuit is equal to the algebraic sum of all the currents taking each source separately. Okay? Okay, so yung ating kuryente sa bawat sirkito natin, okay, that is equal to the algebraic sum. What do we mean by algebraic sum? If we hear the word algebraic, meaning we have to consider the sign, no, or the polarity. Okay, after this lecture, we are going to upload this video in our YouTube channel, no, my channel. So that is Reggie Marina YouTube channel. So since it will be in YouTube, so there is a big possibility that when an electrical students around the globe, whether you are Americans or Europeans or African, you are searching for a particular topic in electrical engineering, let's say you input superposition theorem, you type superposition theorem, and then of course there are a lot of lecturer you will see there. Okay, so and we are here to help you, no, for a particular electrical engineering topic. Okay, so let us start now our topic. So it says that each branch current. So let's say we have our simple circuit here. We have a simple two-loop circuit. Each branch current is equal to the algebraic sum of all the currents taking each source separately. Okay, so we will consider first the 3-volt source. Then we will consider the 4.5-volt source here. Okay, so we have R1, R2, and R3. Okay, so let us have first our 3 volts. Consider, let's say, consider E1 only. E1 only. Okay, yan lang muna ang ating i-consider, no? To our non-Filipino students or friends who are watching, if there are, no, on this live stream, or maybe in the near future, our medium of instruction is in English. Okay, but don't worry, no. We'll give our best for you to understand the lecture. Okay? And then from time to time, I will be speaking a little of our language in Filipino or in Tagalog. So, please bear with us. But definitely you will understand this, no? Because I will have it first in English and then I will translate a bit in our language, no? Okay? Then, well, to our Filipino students, I believe so that they will also understand even if it is in English, no? So, then for clarification purposes, I will just make a little translation in our language. Okay, so consider E sub 1 only. So we have here a 3 volts source only. Okay, so let us redraw the circuit. So this will be our circuit. Okay, since we are only considering E sub 1, what you will do with E sub 2 is to short. Let's say you take out the, you have to remove your 4.5 volt source here and then the two terminals. You have to short these two terminals. Okay? Here. So that is the short circuit. Shorted. These two terminals is shorted. Okay? Well, actually, the whole circuit is not short-circuited. It's just that these two terminals are short-circuited. Okay. So, we have here our E sub 1. We have R sub 1, R sub 2, and we have our R sub 3. R sub 3 here. Then we will assume, okay, an individual currents since this is our E sub 1 and the conventional flow of current externally is from positive to negative. So I will assume a clockwise direction, okay, for the conventional flow of current. So we will have this current. So this is our I1. I will make this as I1 prime. And then this is our I2. This is our I2 prime. Okay. Remember, that should be in clockwise direction. Okay. And then we have here our I3 prime. I3 prime. Okay. Basically, what do we have? What kind of circuit we have here? We have a series parallel circuit. So, we have the R1 resistor is connected in series with a parallel combination of R2 and R3. So these two resistors will be connected in parallel because they will be having two common nodes. Where is this common node? So we have this, that is the first common node, and this is the second common node. So as we see here, so this is just a conductor. Let's say this terminal of R sub 2, we can put it here also. It's just the same. So we may say that R sub 2 is in parallel with R sub 3. Okay? So let us have first, before we solve the currents, let us have first the total resistance. The total resistance, let's say RT prime, okay? So that will be equal to R1, then plus, okay? R1 that is in series with a parallel combination, so we'll be having R2. We have the product over the sum. R2 times R3 over R2 plus R3. Okay? Let us just substitute the value. So, what do we have here for our R1? R1 is simply 1 ohm and then plus, so we have here R2 is 1, okay, times 1 over 1 plus 1, okay? So, anyway, so we have here 1, okay, then plus, so 1 times 1, simply 1, okay, and then 1 plus 1, simply 2. I remember, this will be identical resistors in parallel, so that is equal to the branch resistance over the number of branches. The branch resistance is 1 ohm, and then the number of branches is 1, 2. That's why you have 1 over 2. So we can go directly here. So we have here our, okay, so this is 1 plus 1 half, that will be 1.5 ohms. Okay? And then, we can get now our total, I total. Okay. Remember that our I total prime, let's say, that is simply equal to what? Where is our I total prime, by the way? So, that is our current that will be coming from our E sub 1 only. That is our I total prime, which is equal, of course, to our I1 prime. Okay? So, yun din yun. There's only one current flowing here. Okay? So, I total prime is equal to I1 prime. Okay? Equal to I1 prime. There you are. Here. And then, let us get now our I sub 2. Okay? I sub 2 prime. What is our I sub 2 prime? Okay. So, I2 prime, that will be equal to, this is our I2 prime, that is equal to the resultant current. What is the resultant current? Our I1 prime. Okay, then multiplied by the opposite resistance. What is the opposite resistance? This is by current divider theorem. Okay, current divider theorem. So we have our I sub 2, the opposite is R sub 3. Here, R sub 3. So we have R sub 3 over R sub 2 plus R sub 3. Okay? Then we have here our I2 prime that is equal to, so by the way, what is our I total prime? I total prime is our E sub 1, right? What is our E sub 1 equal to? Our E sub 1 is 3 volts. Okay, this is just Ohm's law. Then our R total prime, which is 1.5. Okay, that is 1.5. So that is simply 2 amperes, right? Okay, so 3 divided by 1.5, we have the 2 amperes. So we have here our I1 prime. We have here 2 amperes. Then multiplied by, what is our R sub 3? R sub 3 is simply 1 ohm. R2 and R3 is 1 plus 1. So we have here 2. Okay? So we'll be having here, of course, the 2 will just be cancelled out. So we just have here 1 ampere. Okay? This is our I2 prime. Okay, what about our I3 prime? I3 prime. Okay, I3 prime. Okay, I will teach you a little shortcut. Okay, so take a look here. Since R2 and R3, they are equal to 1 ohm. No, both are 1 ohm. Meaning they have the same resistance. If they have the same resistance, two parallel branches, they have the same resistance. Meaning, they will divide the resultant current equally. If we have our 2 ampere, so it's simply, that will just be equal to 2 ampere divided by 2 because 2 branches with equal resistances. So we have here 1 ampere. Okay? So that will be our I3 prime. So we already have I1, I2, and I3 prime. Okay, now let us consider E sub 2 only. Okay? Consider E sub 2 only. Okay, so we have here our E sub 2, guys. Okay, so this is our E sub 2. And then the two terminals of the 3 volts source must be short-circuited. We are going to short this. Okay, that is the terminals of the 3 volts source. Okay, so we have here our E sub 2 is here. We have our R sub 1, R sub 2, and R sub 3. R1, R2, and R3. Now, following the conventional flow of current, the conventional flow of current, As we see here, this is the positive, this is the negative. Of course, the current will flow on this direction, always. Externally, that is from positive to negative. So it will moves out here on the positive terminal. Okay? So, in the original circuit, this is I sub 2. So, designate also this as I sub 2. I sub 2. But, put here double prime. Okay? Double prime. Here. Okay? So, as we see here, there should be a counterclockwise direction here. Okay? For the current. So, if that is counterclockwise, that must be on this direction. That's going to the left. Okay? This is our I sub 1. I sub 1. Okay? Double prime. And then we have here our I sub 3 double prime. Okay? That will be our I sub 3 double prime. Okay? I1, I2, and I3 from the original circuit. Okay? So, again, what kind of circuit do we have here? Still, we have a series parallel circuit. No? If we have an ohmmeter here to measure the total resistance, okay, so we have R sub 2 that is in parallel. That is in parallel. In series, I mean, sorry. That is in series with respect to the parallel combination of R1 and R3. Okay? So, let us have our R total double prime. RT double prime. So, that is equal to what, guys? R sub 2. Okay? And then plus, we have, okay, two resistors in parallel. Okay? So, we have the product over the sum. R1, okay, times R3 over the sum, R1 plus R3. Okay, let us just substitute the value. So, R2 is simply 1, okay? And then plus, what about R1 and R3? Okay, R1 and R3, well, it's just 1, so still identical resistors in parallel. So, we'll be having here, the branch resistance is 1, the number of branches is 2, so that is also 1.5 ohms. Okay? 1.5 ohms. Now, let us have our I total double prime. That is considering our E sub 2 only. The I2 double prime, guys, no? So that is equal to what, sir? Okay. Simply, that is the current that will be coming from E sub 2 source. E sub 2. And that is simply equal to I2. I2 double prime. So ito bali yun, mga kaware pa. Ito yun. Okay? So this is our I total double prime, which is simply equal to I2 double prime. Okay? So, I total double prime, okay? That is simply equal to I2 double prime here. Okay? Which is equal to, by Ohm's law, what do we have here? E sub 2, okay? E sub 2 over R total. R total double prime. Okay? Remember that here in our I total, this is our I total prime that is simply equal to E1 over R total prime. For I total double prime, so we have E sub 2 over R total double prime. So we just have to substitute here our E sub 2. What is our E sub 2, guys? E sub 2 is 4.5 volts. Okay? What is R total double prime? R total double prime. R total double prime is 1.5. Okay. So, we just have to use our calculator. 4.5 divided by 1.5. Anyway, that's 3. That's correct. Okay. Okay? So we have 3 amperes. So let us have our I1 double prime. Okay, by current divider theorem, we have here I1 double prime here. That is equal to the resultant current, which is I2 double prime. I2 double prime multiplied by, so I1 double prime, the opposite resistance is R3. So put here R3. Okay? Okay? I1 double prime, opposite resistance is R3 over what? R1 plus R3. R3. Okay. So we just need to substitute. Let us substitute I2 double prime. I2 double prime is 3 amperes. Okay. Then multiplied by R3. What is our R3? Anyway, it's just 1. Then R1 is 1 also. This is 1. 1 plus 1. Calculator. Okay. That is simply 2. Okay. Is simply 2. What is 3 divided by 2? No? 3 divided by 2, that is 1.5. That correct? Yes. Okay, of course. So we have here 1.5 amperes. Okay? So that is our I total. Okay? I1 double prime. Okay? I1 double prime. Now, we have here our I3 double prime. Let us get our I3 double prime. I3 double prime. I3 double prime is equal to the resultant current, which is I2 double prime, I2 double prime, and then multiplied by I3 double prime. This is I3 double prime. The resultant current, okay, multiplied by the opposite resistance. So, I3 double prime. What is the opposite resistance of I3? Sino yung katapat niya? Opposite. R1. Okay. So, put here R1 over R1 plus R3. Okay. So, we'll be having here our I2 double prime. I2 double prime is 3 amperes. Then, multiplied by what? R1, which is simply 1 ohm. Okay. Then, R1 plus R3, simply 2. Then, again, this is also 1.5 amperes. Okay? I1 double prime, I2 double prime, I3 double prime. So that is already complete here for the double prime. Okay, let us solve now for the actual currents. This will be our actual currents. So let us have our I1. Okay, this will be the sign convention. If they have the same direction, that is positive. Okay? Just like, this is just like in Maxwell's mesh method. Okay? So, I1 double prime. Originally, our I1 is going to the right. No? Pakanan siya. Going to the right. Okay. I1 prime is going to the right. Therefore, this is equal to I1 prime. But what about the I1 double prime here? That is going to the left. Okay? So that is opposite. If that is opposite, that should be minus. Okay? This is I1 double prime. So let us substitute here. What is I1 prime? I1 prime, that is 2 amperes. Minus. Okay. What is I1 double prime? Where is I1 double prime? Here. This is 1.5. 1.5. That is minus 1.5. So that is 0.5 amperes. That is our I sub 1. Okay. Our answer is 0.5 amperes here. So what letter is that in our choices? Let's see. In our PowerPoint, here. Okay, the answer, okay, that's correct. The answer is 0.5. Okay, letter B. Okay, now, let's have now for I sub 2. Okay, for I sub 2, we have what? That is going to the left, no? Pakaliwa siya. Going to the left, I sub 2 is going to the left. But our I2 prime is going to the right. Therefore, it is negative. Okay? I2 prime. But our I2 double prime is also going to the left. Our original is going to the left. This is also to the left. So, they have the same direction here. Okay? So, therefore, that must be plus I2 double prime. Now, or we can say that it is I2 double prime minus I2 prime. So, let us substitute. Okay, so I2 double prime. I2 double prime is 3 ampere minus I2 prime. I2 prime is 1 ampere. 3 minus 1, calculator. Okay. So that is 2 ampere. That's the answer for our I sub 2. And the answer would be letter, take a look here guys. Okay, that's correct. Okay, that's letter D. Here. Okay. And then for I sub 3, okay, originally our I sub 3 is going downward. Our I3 prime is going downward. And also our I3 double prime is going downward. They are both going downward. So therefore, that's equal to I3 prime plus I3 double prime. Then what is our I3 prime? I3 prime is 1 ampere. Plus I3 double prime is 1.5 amperes. So therefore, the answer would be 2.5 amperes. Okay? Okay? Amperes, amperes. Okay. Take a look, guys. What letter is our answer? Letter A. See? Okay. So that will be our first problem set. Okay. Let's go now with the next problem. Oh, by the way, baka may mga tanong ang ating mga kawerpa na nasa Zoom class. Okay? Nakasunod ba, sir? Thumbs up nga kung nakasunod. Kasunod naman? Okay, sige. Para mas maunawaan pa natin, let's have another example. Okay, so we have number 4 and 5. Okay, this is actually our problem last time in nodal analysis. But I will show you the solution for superposition theorem. Okay? Actually, superposition theorem is I think this is a long method. This is a long method compared with the other theorem. So, anyway, we have to discuss this theory so that you have so many alternatives. Let's say your professor gives you a 1.5 hour exam, but you already finished the exam in 1 hour. Do not submit your paper yet. No. I still have time. It says in the problem, using nodal analysis. I will solve this using superposition. Okay? So that if you have two methods, but you should come up with one answer, the same answer, meaning you are definitely correct. Siguradong tama na yon mga kawerpa. Pag meron kang dalawang method, may oras pa naman, 30 minutes pa. Huwag ka muna magpasa ng papel. Siguradong tama ka na. No? Okay? Two different methods, but your answer must be the same. Okay? Okay. So, it's just like playing basketball. So, like Michael Jordan, he will drive on the court. The ball is on his right side, but there is somebody who will block his shot. So, he will transfer that to the left side. Okay? So, he has two options. What's important is to shoot the ball on the ring. Okay? So, although I've watched that, nobody will block that shot. It's just that instead of having his layup straight to the to the basket, but he transfers that to his left side. So the same thing, to the left or to the right, he will shoot the ball, and he will make that shot, of course. So LRT trolley system, 10 miles long, is fed by two substations that generate 600 volts and 560 volts respectively. The resistance of trolley wire and rail return is 0.3 ohms per mile. If the car is located 4 miles from the 600 volts station, it draws 200 amperes from the line. How much is the current supplied by each station? Okay. So this is for numbers 4 and 5. We have two unknowns. Okay. So we have here, okay, this is the circuit. Okay, so this is the source. Okay, then we have the light rail transit car. Basically, this is the car, which is, that is, what? 4 miles, no? Okay, the distance is in 10 miles. So, if this is 4 miles, no? This will be 6 miles. Because that is 10 miles, no? The distance of the two stations. 6 miles. So, let us represent this as our R1. What is our R1 equal to? Actually, we calculated this already as time. So, we have the 0.3 times the 4 miles, 3 times 1, 3 times 4, so that is 1.2, okay? 1.2 ohms. And then we have our R sub 2, we have 0.3 times 6 miles, okay? Here. So, we have here 1.8 ohms, okay? Because the 0.3 will represent the, this is the train again, this is the train, okay, this is the wheel of the train, and then this is the rail, this is the trolley, okay, the resistance of the trolley wire and rail return. So the upstream and downstream is represented by 0.3 ohms already. This is what we call the loop resistance, because this is already loop resistance, meaning we have here resistance on the upstream, and this is the load. Then we have a resistance here. So we consider this is now the current, that is the loop resistance, meaning that is already multiplied by 2. No need to multiply by 2. Okay? So these are the two values of R1 and R sub 2. I'm just curious to show this to you in by superposition theorem. So this is 600 volt source. And this is 560 volts. Okay? We may replace this because this draws 200 ampere, the load. Okay? 200 ampere from the line. So I will replace this by a current source. So there will be 3 sources involving here. So tatlo na ang source dito, mga kawerpa. Okay? So I will put here, this is the 200 ampere source. And remember, okay, I will designate this as our I1. This is our I1. And this is our I2. Okay, just to explain the principle of superposition theorem. Okay, so that you will know the principle if there are an independent current source, no? Because I already showed with you the if you have an independent voltage source. Now we have an independent current source having a value of 200 amperes. So remember, in our circuit, we are given here three sources. Two voltage source, 600 and 560 volts, and one current source here. Okay, now, let us have first the 600. Consider 600 volt source only. So, 600 volts muna i-consider natin, mga kawerpa. This will be our circuit. Take a look. This is the difference if we have a current source. Of course, our 560 volts, take a look at our 560 volts, that must be short-circuited. This is the two terminals of 560 volts. That must be short-circuited. This is our 600 volts. Okay? Of course, this is our R1, this is our R2. Okay? And what you will do with 200 ampere source? The 200 ampere source here, let's say this is the two terminals. Remove the 200 ampere source. You have to remove it. And then, you let it open. If you have a voltage source, that must be short-circuited, the two terminals. Okay? And then, for the current source, you have to open the circuit. This is short-circuited, this is open circuit. I will put here open. And this is closed circuit. Okay? If that is open circuit, okay, take a look what will happen to our circuit here. I will designate according to the conventional flow of current. The conventional flow is from positive to negative. So it should be on a clockwise direction. So there will be a current here and there is a current here. This will be our I1 prime. This will be our I2 prime. And remember, this is already open circuited. This is idle now or useless. Okay? It's just like it's just like taking away this conductor. No? Tanggalin mo na lang yan. Removing this conductor. Two conductors. So we'll just be having here a circuit, a series circuit, I mean. The R1 and R2 will become series. Okay? So magsi-series na lang yan, mga kawerpa, no? Okay? So kuhanin natin dito yung R total prime. Gawin natin R total prime. Okay? That is our R total prime. What is our R total prime? Okay, meaning we have to replace our voltage source with an ohmmeter. The ohmmeter will measure the series combination of R1 and R2. Therefore, it's simply R1 plus R2. Okay, we already calculated R1, which is 1.2 plus 1.8, that's 3, right? Okay. So that is 3 ohms. And then, we are going to calculate our I total prime. By Ohm's law, so we have here the voltage source of 600 over the combination of R1 and R2. That is just simply a series circuit. It is equal to 3. Okay? 600 divided by 3. 200. Right? That is 200 amperes. Okay? See? That is 200 amperes. Now, we only have two current. The I total, take a look guys. The I total double prime is the current that will be coming only from the 600 volt source. So this is our I total prime. So there will only be one current flowing here. And that is equal to I total prime simply equal to I1 prime, okay? That is also equal to I2 prime. I1 prime and I2 prime. Did you get that? Okay? So yun din yun. No? Just the same. Because that is just a simple series circuit. Okay? Series circuit lang yan. Ha? Okay? Okay. Sige, so since we already have the value, we only have two currents present in our circuit. No? The third is the current source. Okay? So we already have that one. Okay? Remember, again, if we have a current source, that current source must be short-circuited. That must be short-circuited. Ay, open-circuited. Sorry, open-circuited. If we have a current source, open-circuited. Let us consider $560 volts. Source only. 560 lang i-consider natin ngayon, mga kaberpa. Okay. Ito siya. Then, ito, positive, negative. Okay. This will be short-circuited. That is the two terminals of the 600 volt source. This will be our 560 volt source. Again, our current source must be open-circuited. Just the same, that must be open. Okay. The direction of the current, it must be from positive to negative. So therefore, that will be in counterclockwise direction. Let's going to the right here. So this will be our I2 double prime. Okay. So this will be our I1 double prime. Okay. Then, the current that will be coming or will be delivered by the 560 volt source is our I total double prime. Okay? Which is, take note, again, since this is open circuited, just like removing this conductor, there's only one circuit here, a series circuit. Okay? What about our R total double prime? Simply equal to, again, R1 plus R2. Which is also 3 ohms, of course. 3 ohms pa rin yun. And take note that our I total double prime simply equal to I2 double prime and then equal to I1 double prime, right? That is just a series circuit. Okay? So that is equal to 560 volts, then divided by 3 ohms. So it is equal to okay, 560 tapos di-divide natin sa 3, 560 divided by 3. So that is 186.8 If I will make it as a fraction, okay, I want to make it as a fraction. So that is 560, oh, well, still, 560 over 3. Okay, let it be. This will be our ampere. Okay? Okay, now, let us consider 200 ampere source only. Oh, consider lang daw natin yung 200 ampere source, mga kawerpa. Oh, 200 ampere source, of course, we will just short-circuited the two voltage sources. Okay, that is just a short-circuited. Right? Okay, this is for 600 volts. This is for 560 volts. This is our R1. This is our R sub. Take a look here, guys. By Kirchhoff current law here, we may say this is a 200 ampere flowing here. The 200 ampere is flowing here. Then it will divide it into two. One. Okay? There you are. I will let this be I1 triple prime. And this is I2 triple prime. Okay? What about this one? Take a look here. 200 ampere current source, it will divide into two. I1 triple prime and I3 triple prime. See? Remember, it is in downward. I will redraw this circuit, guys. What is the connection between R1 here and R sub 2 here? Basically, they are just connected in parallel. Take a look. This is a network analysis. We have to analyze the network. Because there are, what? Two common nodes. These are the two common nodes. Here. Okay? I will just redraw the circuit or equivalent circuit. This is the equivalent circuit. Take a look. Here, one, here. So, I just want to show to you the direction of the currents so that we may solve easily I1 triple prime and I2 triple prime. Remember, we have here a 200 ampere source. The 200 amperes, this is a node that will divide the current. 200 ampere current source will flow here. Then these are connected in parallel. Remember, this is our R1 and this is our R sub 2. And the current will flow here and will flow here. Okay? So this will be our what? I1 triple prime, and this it will be our I2 triple prime. See? Nakita ba 'yon? Okay? So, ang kuryente mo kasi nandito pag ganyan ng daloy. Okay? That is on a counterclockwise direction. Okay? So, what do we have here now? I1 triple prime, that is equal to the resultant current, which is 200 amperes, multiplied by the opposite resistance of I1 triple prime, that is our R sub 2. By the way, our R sub 2 is 1.8. Over 1.8, you may copy that, and then plus the other is 1.2. Okay? So we may now solve this. This is 200 times 1.8 divided by 3. 120. So this is 120 ampere. Okay? I1 triple prime. Then we have I2 triple prime. What is our I2 triple prime? I2 triple prime is this. So we have here 200 multiplied by the opposite resistance, which is our R1. Ano ba yung opposite natin? R1, which is 1.2 over 1.2 plus 1.8. Okay, so we have here 200 times 1.2 divided by 3 equals, so that is 80 amperes. Let us solve now for the actual currents. Okay, so let us have our I1. Our I1 from the original circuit, that is going to the right. I1 is going to the right. Okay? I1 prime is also going to the right. So therefore, that is positive I1 prime. What about the double prime? The double prime to the right, so this is to the left. So that is minus I2, I1 double prime. What about the triple prime? The triple prime, the original is going to the right. The triple prime is also to the right. Here, take a look here. It's also to the right. Okay? So, that is plus I1 triple prime. So, let us now substitute the value. Okay, let us solve this. What is the value for I1 prime? I1 prime is 200 minus I1 double prime is, what's this? 560, right? That is 560 over 3. And then plus I1 triple prime. I1 triple prime is 120 plus 120. So that will be equal to, okay, let's solve this one. 200 minus 560 over 3. Okay. Then that is plus 120. So that will be equal to 133. Oops. 133.33 amperes. That is our I sub 1. Okay. Let's take a look at our choices, guys. Here. Okay. Yes, that's correct. Okay. The answer is letter A. Okay. So, please listen carefully. Narciso, paki-open po yung camera natin. Okay. So, punta tayo dito sa I sub 2. Okay. O, I sub 2 natin. Take a look. I sub 2 from the original, that is going to the left. Okay. But our prime is going to the right. So, therefore, negative I2 prime. What about the double prime? The double prime, I2 originally is going to the left. The double prime is to the left also. So therefore, plus I2 double prime. Okay? See? I2 double prime. Okay? Kasi same direction siya eh. Pag parehas ng direction, positive. Pag opposite, negative mo siya. Okay? Baliktad siya dun sa Kirchhoff law, ha? Nung nasa Kirchhoff's law tayo, iba yon, ha? It's different in the Kirchhoff's law. Okay? What about the triple prime? Okay. Originally, again, the I2 prime is going to the left, and then the triple prime is also to the left. So therefore, that should be plus I2 triple prime. So that will be equal to, that is negative I2 prime. I2 prime is 200. Okay, lagay natin yung value. So we have negative 200. Okay, then plus the double prime, I2. Okay, so we have 560 over 3. And then plus, what about that triple prime? 80. Okay, so we have here negative 200 plus 560 over 3. Okay, then we have here plus 80. That is equal to, okay, there you are. 66.67 amperes. Okay, so that will be our two actual currents. Again, we have I1, 133.33, and then we have our I sub 2, 66.67. What's the answer here? Okay, for number 4, that is 133.33. Okay, for number 5, that is letter D, 66.67. Okay, so that's the answer. Very, very hard. Very hard? Okay. Well, superposition theorem may be one of the hardest theorem that you will encounter, no? But we have to show this because this is found in the textbook that we have to know as an electrical engineering student, no? Let's say your professor will say in your examination, uh, solve this circuit using superposition theorem, and then your professor will check your solution one by one. No? We have to follow that. Okay? We have to follow that. Okay? What we are doing here is not only for licensure exam setup, but this is also for school setup. Okay? So, you'll be using this in your college examination also, not only in the licensure examination or state board or license board examinations, no? Licensure exams. Okay? Okay. So, wala tayong magagawa, no? Wala tayong magagawa. Okay? Ang haba naman, sir. Yan talaga ang superposition theorem, mga kawerpa. O, mag-solve pa tayo ng mas mahaba pa. Okay. Sige. So, 6 to 10 tayo. Actually, I already solved this when we were in Maxwell's mesh method. Okay? We should have the same answer. You can go back to your notes. Okay? Pwede mo balikan yung notes ninyo doon, no, para makita nyo. Okay, I will redraw the circuit, guys. I will redraw the circuit. Well, everybody, you may copy this one. Just make this as I1, I2, and I3. I will have here I4 and I5. Okay, so there will be 5 currents that we will be solving now. Because in college examination, if you even though you have a correct answer, but if you did not follow the instruction of your professor, you will be wrong. I remember it happens with me so many times. And sometimes I have my own shortcut solution, but it was not considered by my professor. No, minali niya yon. Because, no, I want this. Just like what I have solved in the blackboard. You follow my instruction. Well, okay, although I am correct, but I just use a different method, sorry for me. Well, that is a sign of being a professional. I got a positive lesson from it. It's really very important to follow instruction. If you want to become a successful professional, so one essence of being a professional is you always follow instructions. Whether it is hard or easy, you have to do it. You have to do it. Okay? Sometimes, of course, we'll be doing what is easy for us instantly. No? But it should not be. What's important is you know, is you follow the instruction. That's the most important thing. I'll share to you one examinations in a company. This is a company exam. Before I solve this last problem, I remember this is just a 2 minutes exam. This is a 2 minutes exam, around 10 to 20 items. I already forgot. These are just arithmetic. These are just arithmetic. These are the question. Now, the question are something like this one. I share to you this, guys. Is our student, pakita mo sila dito sa akin. Huwag mo na ako masyadong i-highlight. Sila ang gusto ko makita. Ayan. Okay, please listen. Oh, bakit nasa na si Sarah? Joey. Okay. I remember there is a company exam. You will learn from here. Because what I have told you is following instruction is very important. I told to you, use superposition theorem. But sir, this is very easy using nodal. You see, our problems 4 and 5 is very easy if you use the nodal analysis, right? I already showed that with you last time. But, sir, superposition is too long. But my instruction is use the superposition theorem. Marunong ka pa sa honor. Huh? Sabi ng professor. Okay? Wala tayong magagawa. He is the professor. In the classroom, he is the king. Like LeBron. I don't believe. Still MJ. Okay. So, we have here, take a look here. Everybody, Leo, please look here. Narciso, sino pangalan ng isa? Elmar ba yan? Elmar, pakitingnan ninyo ito. May matututunan kayo dito. Saka si, babae, pangalan ulit, Jonabel. Please listen. This is an examination. This is the hardest exam I've encountered. This is not the hardest. This is one of the hardest exam. For company exam, this is the hardest. I encountered this question in company. Okay. But initially, we find the question is very easy. Very easy. It's really very easy for us, especially engineering. There is a math question. Like this, let's say, like this one, or see, something like this. This is the question. So, something like that. There are around 10 items, then you will solve that for around, I think, 2 to 3 minutes, something like that. Less than 5 minutes yung binigay sa amin. Walang calculator. We find it easy because we are engineering. Kaya to. Mathematics eh. Sabi dun sa ano, it says in you solve it for 2 to 3 minutes, no? The facilitator said that. You solve that. Of course, we solve it. Chicken to, no? Chicken. O, yung iba kong kasama sa nag-e-exam sa trabaho, ano tapos na kaagad sila. They are already finished, no? In a very short time, no? The time was not yet finished, but they are already finished solving the problem. For engineering, is this hard? Of course not. That's very easy exam. Sir, you've told before that it's one of the hardest exam you have encountered. Yes. You know why? Even us, we already finished as early. Let's say, may 1 minuto pa eh. There's still 1 minute, but we are already finished. And we already closed the folder. Once we finish, of course, kasi naka-folder yun eh. We close the folder. Then, Something like payosi-yosi ka na lang. Paisi-isi ka na lang. Dali lang eh, di ba? Until we found out our papers were corrected. Actually, that was not corrected. It was uncorrected. Walang pumasa sa amin. Leo, tanungin mo, why, sir? Leo, naririnig mo ba ako dyan, Leo?
Bakit, sir? Why, sir? Why?
Kuya, don't call me sir, kuya.
Why, kuya? Why, kuya? Why, kuya Regs?
Why, Kuya Reds? Why? You know why? Because we did not read the direction. Why? Because we are thinking the direction is too long. But the instruction is around 2 to 3 minutes. Less than 5 minutes, we have to solve these 10 items or more than 10 items. We thought that, oh, this is easy. This is arithmetic. But the direction is quite long for us to read. Alam mo naman na engineering, tamad magbasa yan ng mga words eh. Gusto niya, mga numero tinitignan eh. No? Eh, doon kagad kami sa tanong. Lahat kami, ganun. Siguro, mga 7 kaming ganun eh. No? Walang pumasa sa amin kahit isa. No one passed. You know why? It says in the direction of that company exam that if I will just going to summarize because that is worded. It's too long. It says in that company exam, when you see addition, you consider that as multiplication. When you see subtraction, you consider that as a division. When you see a multiplication, you consider that as a plus. When you see division, you consider that as a minus. May papasa, wala. Leo, may papasa, wala.
All fail, sir. All fail.
All failed. Ba't ba ako napunta dyan? Yon. Kaya ako napunta dyan, it's because what is the essence of being a woman? What's the essence of being a woman? What is the essence of what I want to teach you here? Following instructions is very important. We have no choice. Sir, this circuit is very easy to solve using the mesh analysis. I will not solve your instruction, which is superposition theorem. But our topic last time is not only Maxwell's mesh, but I told you superposition because that is also our topic. No, sir, this is easy using Maxwell's mesh. I told to you, use the superposition theorem. Ang kulit mo eh, ha? Ha? Ang tigas ng ulo mo. Ay, minali ako ng teacher ko. Ayun. There was a this is one of the greatest mistake in the Philippines licensure exam. I will tell you this. This is a reality. This is true. Many review centers knows this. There was a summa cum laude graduate. He is a very intelligent guy. When he took the board exam, he got the highest rating in the licensure exam. So meaning, sir, he is top 1. I said he is the highest. I'm not saying he is top 1. Of course, sir, he is the highest. So automatic, he is top 1. The answer is no. How is that, sir? Paano nangyari yun? Eh, siya nga ang highest. Eh. Top 1 yun. He is top 1, sir. Because he got the highest score. You know why? This is one of the greatest mistake in the licensure exam history in the Philippines. You know why? Because the Professional Regulation Commission, the one who are giving the licensure exam, they said there is an instruction or there is no instruction at all putting your name in the answer sheet. There is no instruction. But this guy put his full name in the answer sheet. Because in the answer sheet, that is already computer generated. Each student has its own number, a designated number. Let's say you are examining number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's automatically, that is you. You, Juan de la Cruz, your exam number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't have to write your name in the answer sheet because that is automatic from the first day that you apply for the licensure exam. But that summa cum laude graduate of a certain school, he put that, his name. When they go to the board of examiner, they appeal that. Sir, I should be top 1. And I think one of his mentor in the review center was with him. They go to the board of electrical engineering. They said, sir, baka pwede sir, kasi siya ang highest. He is the highest. And please make him top 1, sir. Because the official list is already there, listed. In the newspaper, that time, there's no internet, that time. That is, I think, that was early 20s, at early 2000. He is not officially a first placer. His name is not included in the top notchers. His mentor said to the Board of Electrical Engineering, sir, please consider my name as a first placer. We will not do that because we already released the results. Sir, I am the highest. I have higher grade than the top 1 you declared. But you did not follow instruction. See? Following instructions is very important. We did not told that you have to put your name on the answer sheet. But you write your name in the answer sheet. That examinee said, sir, I did that because I'm thinking that my paper will be replaced. Oh, really? So meaning you don't trust us. Don't you know it is computer generated? I know, sir. Oh, you already know that, but there's no instruction. In fact, there is no indication there that you have to find. There is name, then you fill up. No, there's no instruction like that. But still, you put your name. And his mentor said, sir, baka pwede tie na lang sa first place. Kasi mangyayari yung top 1 magiging top 2 dahil lang sa kanya. Ang sabi daw, sir, baka pwede tie na lang doon sa first place. Ayaw pa rin. The examiner said the result was already released. We decided, the board member, not to consider him as a first placer. Because one indication of being a professional is you know how to follow instruction. It is a real story. This is not hearsays. No, hindi ito chismis. Okay? This is a real story. So meaning, if you want to become a professional in the future, a licensed engineer, that is one of the indication that you are a true professional. you know how to follow instructions. No? Importante yung sumunod. No? Napakahalaga yan. Yung susunod ka sa instruction. Okay? Sunod tayo sa instruction is very important. Okay? So, in here, no one passed in this company exam. We are overconfident, right? We thought that this exam is very easy, but it was very hard exam. Why? If I say division, I will replace this. Okay? I think the 3 minutes will take around 30 minutes to solve it correctly. Right? Leo? You see? To our viewers in our Facebook Live, okay, so this is our difference no, in giving a lecture. We only not teaching the technical side of electrical engineering, but we also teaching a bit of a moral values, no, a bit of professional etiquette. It's very important. Very important. You know what? It doesn't matter you're not a great student. You don't have that talent. You don't have that skill. But the most important thing is the attitude. That's the most important thing. No? Kanina lang nanonood ako ng street ball, basketball eh. No? Kilala nyo si Coach Bob. Bob ba 'yon, Bob? No? More than 1 million ang kanyang subscriber. He said that it's not on the training, it's not on the skill. What's important is the attitude. It's the attitude. That's the most important thing. That is just secondary. Your skill is just secondary. Okay? Pangalawa lang yung skill. No? Yung technical knowledge is only secondary. But the most important thing is your values, your attitude. That's the most important thing. Okay? Let us solve the last problem. We have this circuit. We have these 3 resistors, guys. No? So, okay, we have a battery with a reverse polarity here. So, we have a negative. This is negative. And this is positive. Kaya tandaan nyo mga kawerpa, wag nyo lalagay yung pangalan nyo. Pag walang ganong instruction, wag mong gagawin. No? Matuto kang sumunod sa instructions. No? Wag yung marunong ka pa sa honor. Ha? Marami kasing tao, marunong pa sa honor. Ha? Okay. So we have 2, 4, 6 ohm. 6. This is 3. This is 5. Okay. This is a long problem. Okay. We have 2, 4, 6. We have 3 and 5 ohm. We have 20 volts, negative and positive. We have 5 volts. We have the negative here and positive here. So, baliktad siya. Negative ito. Ito naman, positive. So, baliktad. Okay, consider 20 volt source. Only. Okay. 20 volts muna tayo mga kawerpa. Titingnan natin mga kawerpa ha. Ito yung ating I1, I2, and I3. I1, I2, I3. So we have, this is our I4. And this is our I sub 5. We will find I1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So, let's go with this. We have basically a complicated series parallel circuit here. Okay, shorted. The 5-volt source is shorted. We just need a series parallel principle here. And the current divider is very important. Okay, so we have here the currents, the prime, I1 prime, I2 prime, I3 prime, I4 prime, and I5 prime. See? Let's put the ohmic value. 2, 4, 6. This is 3. This is 5. Okay. Take a look here, guys. We have here the 6 is in parallel with 5. What is 6 parallel with 5? Of course, we have the product over the sum. No? So 6 times 5 over 6 plus 5. Okay, so we have 6 times 5, then divided by, so we have 6 plus 5. 6 plus 5. So we have 30 over 11. Okay, so looking at these 2 points, there will be an equivalent circuit here. Let's simplify. Okay, let's say this is that point. Okay, there will be equivalent circuit here and here. So this is 2 and 4. This is our 3. And this is the 2 points. Okay, the equivalent of 6 and 5 ohm, which is 30 over 11. Okay, still guys, so we have here. Okay guys, so this is our 20 volts. What about the currents? These are the currents. So this is our I1 prime. So this is our I2 prime. This is our I4 prime. Okay, take a look here guys. So let us calculate now. Okay, these two are connected in series, right? The 4 and the 30 over 11. We can still simplify this. This is 2 ohms, 3 ohms, and then we have to add the 2. This is the 20 volts, no? Then we have here our 4 plus 30 over 11. That is 74 over 11. Okay. Okay. So still, this is our I1 prime. Okay. This will be our I2 prime. This is our I4 prime. Okay, we can easily calculate now our total prime. So which is equal to what? The 2 plus the parallel combination of 3 and so that will be 3 times 74 over 11. That is the product over the sum. 3 plus 74 over 11. That will be equal to what? Let us calculate. 3 times 74 over 11, and that is equal to, okay, and then we have to divide it by, okay, we have to divide it by 3 plus 74 over 11. That is equal to value, then we have to add 2 plus 2 equals. So our answer here will be in fraction. Okay, I will make it in decimal, 3 decimal, 4.07075 ohms. Okay? Okay, let us solve our I total prime. Our I total prime, which is equal to I1 prime. Okay? I1 prime. That is the current that will be coming directly from the 20-volt source. So, that's equal to I1 prime, which is simply equal to Ohm's law, which is 20 volts, then divided by the R total prime, which is 4.075. This is 20 divided by 4.075 equals. So the answer would be 4.908 amperes. Now, let's make use of current divider theorem here. What about our I2 prime? I2 prime, that will be equal to the resultant current, which is our I1 prime. Okay? What is our I1 prime? 4.908, then multiplied by the opposite resistance, I2 prime, the opposite is 3 over 3 plus 74 over 11. What is now the value here? We have 4.908 times 3, then divided by the sum of 3 plus 74 over 11. Okay? That is equal to, what's that value? We have 1.514 amperes. Okay. What about our I3 prime or I4 prime here? I4 prime. Okay, I'll just put it here. I4 prime, that is equal to resultant current, which is I1 prime. I1 prime is 4.908, then multiplied by the opposite, which is 74 over 11 over 3 plus 74 over 11 ohms. Then what is I4 prime? This is 4.908 times 74 over 11 equals then divided by 3 plus 74 over 11. So our answer here will be 3.394. Actually, we can check this answer. We add this 3.394 and our 1.514. That should be equal to 4.908. That's correct. Okay. So, take a look here, guys. We can solve for I3 prime and I5 prime. Take a look here. Here, we have I2 prime. I2 prime. And this is also I2 prime, right? That is the resultant current of I3 prime and I5 prime, right? So we can now solve our I3 prime here. our I3 prime is the resultant current I2 prime. I will make this as I2 prime na lang. Yan, I2 prime. Then multiplied by what? What is the opposite resistance of I3 prime? 5. Okay? 5 over 5 plus 6. Okay, I2 prime, we have the value of I2 prime. That is 1.514. 514. 1.514 then times 5 divided by 5 plus 6 is 11. Okay, the answer would be 0.688 amperes. Okay. What about the what's this? I5, no? I5 prime. I5 prime, of course, that's equal to I2 prime multiplied by the opposite resistance of I5 prime, which is 6 over 6 plus 5. Okay? What will be our value here? I2 prime is 1.514, then times 6, then divided by 11, and that is equal to 0.826 amperes. Just have to add this 0.688. That should give around your 1.514. Okay, that's correct. So, we are done with the 20 volt source only. Okay? Tapos na tayo doon. Punta naman tayo sa 5 volt source only. Actually, superposition theorem is the longest method, the longest theorem that you will encounter. Okay. But we have no choice, no? We have to show this with you guys, okay? So that in your college exam, so, sir, what about in the licensure exam in the Philippines? Well, honestly, in the licensure exam in the Philippines, this is not that important compared with the other theorem, no? Especially in our licensure exam, we are not required to show the solution. Okay, in the college exam, we are required. No? Lucky for us that if there are A, B, C, D, you may guess the answer. Guessing time. Okay, but if you are a college student, let's do it for the meantime. Okay? And you will learn something. There's a value here. What value? Of course, the value that I've told you before. The value of following instructions. Okay. So we have here, because in the licensure exam, they will not say to you, solve the branch currents using the superposition theorem, using the nodal, the mesh. There's no instruction like that in the licensure exam. Okay? You may choose what you want. The easiest you may choose. Okay? What theorem you want to use. Okay. O, tingin dito, mga kawerpa. Punta tayo sa isa pa. Saan tayo? Mahaba ito eh. O, sige ha, consider natin to. 1, 2, 3. Baliktad pa. Ang haba na, baliktad pa. O, lalong nagpahirap. O, ayan. Okay, this is short-circuited, mga kawerpa. No? Shorted ito. 20 volts. Okay. So, this is 3 ohms. This is 5 ohms. 3, 5. This is 2, 4, 6. And this is our 5 volts. Now, take a look here, guys. This is now the double prime. Remember, we are going to assume here. We have to follow the conventional flow of current here, from positive to negative. That will be clockwise direction. Okay? Here. So I will put the current here. These are the branch currents. If you have to trace, that should be on a clockwise direction. We have that one, that direction. You have to follow that in here. Then we have a current here. Now, the current in the 2 ohm resistor is I1. So make this as I1. This is I1. This is I2. This is I3. Of course, in the 3 ohm, we have I4. In the 5 ohm, of course, we have I5. But put here double prime. These are all double prime. Okay? So, take a look. Here. O, tingin ha, mga ka-wire pa. Tingin mabuti. The 2 and the 3 ohm resistor are connected in parallel. So, we have 2 is in parallel with 3. So, that is the product over the sum. 2, this is 2 times 3 over 2 plus 3. Anyway, 2 times 3, so we have 6. 2 plus 3, so we have 5. So that is 6 over 5. Okay? So, that is looking at these 2 points. Okay? That is the equivalent considering these 2 points. Okay? We may put it in here. Let's say these are the 2 points here and here. There is equivalent resistance here of 6 over 5. Okay? Six divided by 5. Okay? So that is 1.2 actually. Okay? 1.2 ohms. Then, this is connected with 4 ohms. Then, there is 6 ohms here. Okay? Then, there is 5 ohms. Okay? And then, this is our source. Negative, positive. Please close up this portion. This 5 volts. Okay? Now, take a look, guys. So, this is I3. Of course, this is our I3 double prime. Okay? This is our I3 double prime. Then, what is this current? What is this current? The current flowing through our 5 ohm resistor is our I5 double prime. What about this current? What about this current? Oh, by the way, tingin ha, sino ba yung kuryenteng dumadaloy dito? Dito. Sino yung kuryenteng dumadaloy dyan? So, we already short-circuited this circuit. So, nag-short-circuited ako dito. Okay? Nag-short-circuited ako. So, we have here 2 ohms, 3 ohms. 2 is in parallel with 3. So, this is 6 over 5. So, this is, they call this, this is our 6 over 5, which is 1.2. Okay? So, by the way, this is the current flowing through our I2. This is our I2 double prime. Take a look. This is a circuit analysis. This is I3 triple double prime also, right? Okay? That one. The 2 is in parallel with 3. So there is an equivalent of 1.2 here. So therefore, what current is this? Take a look. This current is also our I2 prime. Agree? Because this current is also this current. Here. It's just that at this node, take a look here, that I1 double prime plus I4 double prime is equal to I2 double prime. The current entering is equal to the current leaving. Right? So, take a look here now. We can easily calculate for our total resistance. What is our total resistance? RT double prime. O, tingin mga ka-aware pa ha. This is 6. I will put here 6 right away. Plus, there will be parallel combination. This is in parallel with this. But what is the value of these two resistors? They're just simply in series, right? So, naka-series lang to. Paki-close up. So, 4 plus 1.2. So, we have 5.2. So, that 5.2 is in parallel with the 5 ohm. So, times 5 over 5.2 plus 5. So, we'll be having a value of, okay, let's calculate. 5.2 times 5, then divided by 5.2. So, that's 10.2 already. 10.2. Okay, equals, then we have to add 6 here. Plus 6 equals. So, the answer will be 8.549. 549 ohms. That is our total resistance. Let us calculate now for I total double prime, which is looking at our circuit, that is simply equal to I3. I3 double prime. So that is equal to what now? Of course, Ohm's law. Our total voltage is simply 5. Our total resistance is 8.549. So that is equal to 5 divided by 8.549 equals. So this is 0.584 or 85 already. 85. I hope you are following me with your calculator also, with your ball pen and notebook there at home. Do not just look. You will not learn this by looking. No. Okay? You will learn this by solving. Okay? So, you should have your calculator there. Okay. So, let us get now, may I3 triple prime na tayo. Let us get our I2 double prime here. Let us get our I2 double prime. What is I2 double prime equal to? Take a look here. Of course, what is the resultant current? What is the resultant current? I3 triple prime. I3 triple prime. What is the opposite resistance of I2 double prime? What is the opposite resistance of I2 double prime? Opposite. 5. Then over 5 plus 4 plus 1.2, we have 5.2. Okay, so let's solve this. What is the value of I3 double prime? 0.585. Okay, times 5, no? Times 5. Then we have to Divide it. Divided by 10.2 equals. So that is 0.2. This is 287. 87 amperes. What about the I5? I5, no? I5 double prime. Still, that is our I3 triple prime. Then the opposite is 5.2 over 5.2 plus 5. This is actually 10.2. This is 0.585 times 5.2. Okay, again. 0.585 times 5.2. Okay. Then divided by 10.2 equals. So this is 0.298 ampere. Okay. Okay. So we have that one. What else? 2. So we should have our I1 double prime. Okay. What is our I1 double prime? Take a look here, guys. Here. What is the resultant current of I1 double prime and I4 double prime? Take a look here. Tingin mabuti ha, mga kawerpa. This is I4 double prime. So, I will just erase this one. Then, I will make it as I4 double prime. But by the way, this is I5. Remember that I3 double prime is the current that will flow here. There is I5 here. Okay? There is I5. What is this current? Again, that is our I2 double prime, sir. Okay? So, this current is the resultant current of I1 double prime and I4 double prime. Just like here. This is I2. I1 plus I4 double prime is equal to I2 double prime. Or our I2 double prime is equal to I1 double prime plus I4 double prime. Therefore, we may solve now our I1 prime. Take a look here, guys. What is our I1 double prime, by the way? I1 double prime is equal to the resultant current of I1 of I2. I2 double prime. Okay? Then, multiplied by, so, I1 double prime, the opposite is 3 ohms. Over 3 plus 2. Here. Okay? So, we will be having here our I2 double prime, which is 0.287 times 3 yon, no? 3 divided by 3 plus 2, which is 5. Okay? Okay. Equals. So, we have here 0.172 amperes. Okay, last. We have here our I4 double prime. Again, that's equal to I2 double prime, then the opposite resistance of I4. 2. Over 2 plus 3. Again, we have I2 double prime, which is 0.287 times 2 divided by 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay? So our answer here is 0.11115. Okay? So that is already complete. We have I1, I2, I3, I4, and I5 double primes. We are now ready, okay, to solve for the actual current. Nakahingal naman solving to. Oh, ito ha, actual currents. So you see, this is I1 double prime. I1, okay. Where is our I1? Take a look. Tingin, mga ka-aware pa ha. I1 is going to the right. Okay? I'll put here I1. Where is the prime? To the right. The prime is to the right also. That is equal to positive I1 prime. But what about the double prime? Where is the double prime? This is consider the 5 volts only. Okay? You put here, consider the 5 volts only. Okay. So, that is also to the right. So, therefore, we just have to add I1 double prime. I will not write down the value. I will input that in my calculator. What is the value of I1 prime? Just take a look. Where is our I1 prime? I1 prime is 4.908. 908. Okay? So that is plus the double prime. Asan yung I1 double prime natin? I1 double prime, ayun. Okay? Plus 0.172. Okay. The answer will be 5.08. See ha, tingnan natin. Nasa choices ito. Okay. O yan ha, mga ka-aware pa ha. Kita natin. Yan, 5.08 sagot ko ha. Yan, nasa calculator. No? O, tingnan natin kung nasa choices yan. Yun. Okay. Okay? So, that is letter B. Okay. What about I2? Our I2 is going to the right. I2 prime is going to the right also. Okay? What about the double prime? That is also going to the right. So, you just have to add plus I2 double prime. Okay. So, we have here I2 prime. What is I2 prime here? I2 prime is 1.514 plus I2 double prime. I2 double prime is 0.287. Okay? So the answer here is 1.8 amperes. 1.8. Actually, 801. No? Or 1.8 amperes. Okay, what letter is that? For number 7. Okay. Letter D. That's correct. Ayan, mga ka-aware pa ha. We are very sure. I think this is also our difference. When you look at the YouTube, I may say all, or I didn't see a lecturer that has the PowerPoint presentation. They have solving on the board, then they just give the value. I'm just wondering, how sure are you that these values are correct? We have a written, okay? This is already a prepared lecture on the PowerPoint that you are 100% sure that this is correct. When you are looking at the other lecture video, you will just see there, okay, the lecturer will just teach you on the board here. But I'm wondering, how sure are you with these values? 100%? It's really better to have a double checking. And this is a way, no? Okay. Hindi ka pa rin tapos, ha? O, ito. Tingin, ha, mga ka-aware pa. O, I3. Okay. O, tingin sa I3, ha? Our I3 original direction is going to the right. Our I3 prime is going to the right also. Therefore, it's equal to I3 prime. What about the double prime? Oy, of course, that is also going to the right. So we just have again to add. So i-add ulit natin, mga ka-aware pa. What is I3 prime value? I3 prime is 0.688. And then plus I3 double prime. I3 double prime is 0.585. 0.585. 0.585. So that is equal to 1 point. In my calculator, it is 1.273 amperes. Okay, 1.273 ha. O, tingin ha, mga ka-aware pa. Okay, pag ni-round off mo yan or nearest, tingin sa choices. Walang iba kundi si letter A. Okay? So, let's have now our I4. Okay, take a look at our I4. Our I4 original here, the given, is downward. I4 prime is also downward. So, therefore, I4 prime. What about, okay, the double prime? Uy, the I4 double prime is going upward. Therefore, okay, because the original is downward, but it is upward. So, therefore, minus I4 double prime. What is I4 prime? I4 prime is, there you are, here. That is 3.394. 3.394. Okay? Then minus I4 double prime. Where is that? I4 double prime is, that should be minus 0.115 equals. Okay, the answer, my answer here is 3.279 or 3.28. Okay, that is a 3 decimal places. Guys, here, 3.28 is our answer. Okay, for number 9. Oy, that's correct. Letter A again is the answer. See, if you are a student watching this lecture, okay, you can be sure that the lecturer will teach you correctly. See, you can be sure. Okay, it needs a lot of hard work to make these things we are doing. Okay, so okay, I thought we are already finished, but not yet. Okay, so we have I5. Oh, tingin ha. Oh, tingin, mga ka-aware pa. I5. I5 is downward, but I5 prime is also downward. So therefore, I5 prime. Okay. What about the double prime? Oy, by the way, the double prime is upward. Therefore, that is minus I5 double prime. Oops. What is this, mga ka-aware pa? Ano ang I5 prime natin, mga ka-aware pa? I5 prime. 0.826. Okay? Minus. See? I5 double prime. What is I5 double prime? I5 double prime is 0.2. 0.298. So the answer here would be 0.528 amperes or 0.53 for 2 decimal places. 0.53, 0.53, 0.53 or 0.528. 528. Okay? Nearest to what letter? Okay. Letter D. Okay. Very hard. Oh, very easy, di ba? Very easy ba ang superposition? Di ko kasi tinuturo sa review yan eh. Well, to be honest with you guys, in the licensure exam, it's not that as important compared with the other theorem. I will teach to you one of the easiest theorem. Okay? So, just wait for that. And that will be next week. That is the Millman's theorem. That is one of the best theorem I've encountered in my life. Okay? So, pinakamadali yun. No? Tuturo ko sa inyo. No? Okay? But we have no choice. No? I have to go out go out to my comfort zone. No? If you want to become successful in life, do not work only with your comfort zone. Go out with it. Go out with it. Don't be a limited person. No. Okay? Go out with your comfort zone. Actually, I don't want to solve this problem. It's just that I am thinking to the students around the globe. If there are their teachers, you know, which is harder? College exam or board examination? What's the answer? It's not the board, it's the college exam. It's the harder. Why is that, sir? Many people say that board examination is harder. It is just that so many coverage that makes it harder. And the passing is very high, 70%. Usually in the school, the passing is only 50 or 60% by your professor, right? They are not implementing the 75% raw score. If you have 100 item exam, you have to get 70 items. It's not in the school. That is for the board examination. No? For electrical engineering, major subject, if there are 100 items, you have to get at least 70 items correctly. You should get 70% overall rating for Math, ESAS, and E. Okay? So, I did this, supposed to be, this is not, it's very long time since I teach this topic. No? Ilang taon, no? Talagang ni-review ko pa siya talaga, no? Sinolve ko siya talaga kagabi, no? Tapos para ma-deliver ko sa inyo, makasigurado ako na tama itong ituturo ko sa inyo. No? Talagang pinagpuyatan ko ito para ayoko kasing sumablay, no? Because teaching is like cooking, no? If you are cooking, especially to your loved ones, no? You give it all. You give it the best that you have. No? This is what I am doing. I love what I am doing. No? I have no choice. Well, superposition theorem is not that important compared with the other theorem. But we have to study it. We have to study it. Okay? So, we have to sometimes to go out with our comfort zone. No? Actually, I don't want to solve this problem. Quite a complicated problem. It's very tedious. No? In Tagalog, it's matrabaho. It's matrabaho. You know matrabaho? Parang baho ah. So, matrabaho siya. No? So, matrabaho ang superposition theorem. To tell you honestly, hindi ko tinuturo sa review to eh. No? Dito lang. because this is restudy electrical engineering. No, I have to make it in the most detailed way so that when the student will be looking at the YouTube, I did not understand what my teacher told us about superposition. I'll go to YouTube. Then he will show Engineer Marinay there. I think this is the easiest to understand. See, one student commented that. No, I think, sir, your way of lecture is so easy to understand. It's just that when I look at your YouTube, you have a very long video per topic. So you have 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. You have almost 5 hours. In the trigonometry, there are only 11 minutes. That's already 5 hours. 4 hours and 49 minutes. Eh, siyempre, may kwento pa doon. No? Okay? So, and this is storytelling is just not a storytelling. This is a lessons of life because we want to inculcate. Lalim nun, ano? Inculcate. No? We have to inculcate this to your mind that we will be teaching not only the technical side, but also the values that you must learn. What's important is the values. The values, the values, the values, and the attitude. The attitude must be developed first. Technical is so easy to learn. No? Skill are so easy to gain. No? But the values, it's more important. No? Okay? So, kung hindi ka matyaga, no? You see, use your values here. No? If you're not patient here, you will not solve this anymore. Okay? This problem is too long. Okay? Hindi ko nga tinuturo sa review yan eh. Kaya lang, baka mamaya may magse-search sa YouTube. Halimbawa, Amerikano, magse-search. Oh. Eh, mahirap magbigay pala yung professor niya ng exam. Eh, kahit paano, nakatulong tayo, di ba? O, yun po ibig namin sabihin, hindi lang po pang board exam to, mga kawerta. Okay, any concerns, any question? Sir Garcia, sige nga, magbigay ka nga ng komento mo dyan. Speak in English, ha? Tagalog ka na, sir, oh. Hindi, ikaw, mag-English ka, sir. Sir Garcia, any point of clarification? Do you have any question? Siguro konting kapalit na namin yun sa inyo, nahihilingin. No? Kayong mga nasa Zoom class, mag-ready na kayo, mag-English. No? Sana na kayo doon, wag naman yung, bira naman, tinawag pa ako. Huwag ganun. No? Dapat masaya kayong umaatin sa ating Zoom class. No? Masaya ba kayo? May natutunan ba kayo? Thumbs up nga. May natutunan. Patingin lang, pakita mo naman sila, partner. Nasabi ko kahapon nagsasalita na ako, hindi pa napapakita eh. Na-stock up na tong sila Carl, next time mag-t-shirt ka ha, bawal kasi yung sando ha. Okay, next time. Tapos yung isa, na-stock up na yata. Hindi, gumalaw yung Siko, gumalaw. Yan, tatawagin nga natin. Sige nga, yung hindi pa masyado, lagi ko na lang natatawag si Sir Garcia eh. Narciso ba yon? Okay, Narciso. Ano bang course mo? Tsaka school, Narciso. Pwede ka bang sana i-ready nyo na yung inyong mga audio. Matic na yon ha, sa lahat ng a-attend. Pag nasa Zoom class kayo, ready na yung position ninyo, naka-zero position na kayo, audio, video, maayos na. Okay? Sige Sir Narciso. Hello. Naririnig po ba ninyo ako?
Yes, sir.
So, konting na lang, kumbaga, konting pakonsuelo nyo na lang sa amin sa pagbibigay po ng libreng lecture sa inyo. No? Wala naman pong bayad ito. Hihingan ko lang po kayo ng mga comment o kung may tanong kayo, no? Kayo'y aming paglilingkuran, no? So, nang walang bayad, no? Sir Narciso, may alam ka bang review center na gumagawa ng ganito? Halos araw-araw?
None, sir.
Di halos, talagang araw-araw eh. Ginagawa natin ngayon eh. Meron ka bang alam na review center? Yung mga malalaking review center na alam mo, may ganito ba silang ginagawa?
None, sir.
Anong course mo? Anong course?
Sir, test NC3, sir.
Okay, inaanyayahan din kita sa Master Electrician, ha?
Yes, sir.
Oo.
Naka-attend na po.
Kasama ka doon. Okay. So, what is your, do you have any question or comment? Please give it right now. English.
Sir, my only comment is you teach step-by-step process of teaching. And then I easily understand what you're teaching or saying about this computation regarding the uh, theorem.
Okay, superposition theorem. Okay. Okay.
So I really understand what you're teaching.
Okay, you have no question?
I have no question, sir, because
Okay,
I really
thank you. Okay, thank you. What about Carl? Passion. Are you in electrical engineering student? What school? Di yata tayo narinig ni Carl. Hello, Carl. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, Carl, ano ba? Baka may tanong ka or comment. Please make that in English.
Nothing, sir. I'm just...
Ano daw? Sabi niya. Ano sabi niya? I have nothing. Di ba kanta yun? Do you have any question, Carl? Nakakatuwa talaga to si Sir Leo. Kahapon, nagda-drive. Ngayon naman, nagja-jogging, no? Susunod yan, sir, baka nakasakay ka na sa roller coaster niya, ha? Oh, nakamotor pa yata, oh. Ano ba yan?
Sir, kumuha lang akong pagkain, sir. Dahil
Ayun, lunch time na. Ano ulam mo? Ano ba sa Tagalog ang ulam? What's your ulam? Ano ba sa English nun? Ano ba sa English ng ulam? Whatever. Okay. Sige. Card. May tanong ka ba? Kamukha ni Bradmar? Ano?
And sir,
Baron.
just refreshing, sir.
Kamusta si Sagi? Ano, Card, what's your question or comment?
Understanding, sir. Madali ko pang ito.
What's your course?
Sir. Fresh grad, sir.
A fresh grad. What school?
MMSU, sir.
Ano?
MMSU,
Again?
sir. From Ilocos. MMSU, sir.
MMSU. Is that the Don Mariano Marcos?
Hindi po, sir. DMMSU po yun.
Ikaw, ano yung
Ilocos po sa akin.
MMSU? Ano yung sa'yo?
Mariano Marcos State University, sir.
Okay, state. So, are you going to take the licensure exam on April?
Di po ko sure, sir, sa April eh. Kasi pandemic po kasi, sir.
Is this your first time to attend to our study or no?
Hindi
Or
po, sir.
in our webinar? Hindi? May mga na-attend ka na, I mean.
Opo, sir. Meron na po, sir.
Meron ka na rin mga napanood na mga videos, na mga lectures ko sa video, sa YouTube.
Opo, sir. Meron na po, sir.
What is your comment to all of these videos?
Knowledgeable, sir. Meron pa po akong nadagdag sa kalaman ko po. Lalo na po sa high-rise diagram po.
Okay, may nadagdag pa raw sa
Naintindihan
kanya
ko pa po.
kaalaman. Okay, sige. So tuloy mo lang ha yung yung panonood, no? Tuloy mo lang yung panonood mo ha. So sa aking mga videos, no, kung magustuhan mo, sana sa amin ka na mag-review, no? Mag-review ka na sa amin. Okay, pag-isipan mo ha. So meron kaming online review, no? Via Zoom ulit. Parang ganito rin yung setup, no? So, it's a combination of live lecture and meron din kami mga recorded videos na rin, no? Ni-record. So, huwag kayong mag-alala. These are virtual classroom setup. Ang maganda rito kasi kahapon nagtitingin kami ng aking mga partner sa sa YouTube, sa Facebook. The other center, no, may mga nakikita kami training center or iba parang lang, PowerPoint, di boses lang, no? Di nakikita yung teacher. Meron naman, kaliit-liit yung teacher. Meron naman, nasa corner lang yung teacher. Meron naman, teacher lang, no? Daldal lang siya ng daldal. So, tapos maliit naman yung monitor niya, no? So, I think we have the best format for online review. I am proud and happy to say. There, no? There po, compare nyo po kami sa iba. Yung mga kilala nyong mga review center dyan, no? Alamin nyo na kung paano yung setup nila sa review, ha? Alamin nyo na. Dapat maganda setup nila kasi online. Dapat matuto kayo. No? Kung boses lang nakikita nyo, tapos yung lecture lang, word file pa. So, na kayo doon. Okay? So, we are giving this for free para makita nyo rin, this is a sample lecture, how we will conduct lecture this coming November. No? For the REE board exam for April. Okay? So, pwede naman mag-advance review na kayo. Wala pa kayong balak mag-exam sa April. It's up to you. It's up to you. Okay? Pag-isipan mo ha, Card. Okay, Card? Okay. Kamusta na yung dialysis mo? Ay, hindi. Kamukha niya kasi yung, kamukha mo kasi yung kaibigan kong dinadialysis. No? Si Mar Baron. Kamukha mo. Kamusta mo kay Agi, ha? Okay. What about si John Nabel? John Nabel, nakasimangot na. Baka gutom na. Ayun. Ang ganda ng ano niya, no? Yung eyeglass niya, no? Ayun. Ang laki. Okay. Spotlight mo nga siya para magising siya. Anong school ulit siya? Siya ba? Ikaw ba yung mechanical engineer? Hindi yata. Hindi ka. Anong course mo tsaka school, John Abel? What is your course and school?
BSCE po, from PUP Taguig.
Okay. Good. What year are you now?
Second year po.
Only second year. Ating. 4 years ang ano nyo, no? BSEE nyo, tama? May pasok na ba kayo? Facebook?
Online, sir.
Online lang. What platform? Zoom din or Google Meet?
Kahit ano, sir. Zoom, Google Meet,
Okay.
Google Classroom.
Are you officer in your school?
I'm
Okay.
just a representative po.
Okay, maybe you can tell this to your officer, co-officer. No?
Yes po.
A representative is also considered as officer. Please tell this to your officer that I'm giving a free lecture via Zoom. No? This is an online. Kagabi lang, chat ko yung taga-UE. So, nagpa-schedule sila ng webinar. Sabi ko, no problem. So, this is our appeal to the public, no? To all electrical engineering, even technology schools. We are willing to serve you. We will give you free webinar. Okay? We have so many topics, no, to choose from. No, you have so many topics to choose from us, from our a list of our topics. No, actually, we already uploaded 70 videos. No, I can make it live with you, and then there are so many topics that were not yet released or presented. So, I don't know. I don't know how many topic I can give you. But my target is around maybe 1,101 will be in. So, we are on our 75 videos. Maybe we can upload 1,101 videos. Okay? 3 hours each, minimum. Okay. As long as God permits, we'll continue serving the humanity, no? Okay? By giving quality education. Okay? Even just for free. Kasi sabi ng iba, libre yan, wala kang matutunan, wala kang mapapala dyan, libre lang yan. Maraming ganon mga komento eh. So, may mga ganon ng mga taong ano, kasi pag libre lang, they don't give that importance, no? If that is just for free. Nasa YouTube pa pala tayo. Ako, wala na. Okay. Anyway, so we'll go now here. So please do not leave yet. We're not yet totally finished. So our Zoom class, so may e-registration pa tayo. Wait lang. Okay, so we are now We are still on topic number 2. Magdadalawang buwan na yata tayo sa DC circuit. Ha? So, kasi ito naman ang pinakamahabang topic talaga. No? Kahit sa review, no? Mahabang topic itong DC circuit. We have basically 3 DC circuits sa review. But in the study EE, this is a very long study. I don't know when will this be finished. I don't know. Oh. God willing, we will continue this. No? Okay? I will be discussing all the electrical circuit topic, all the machineries, and then power system. I'll be discussing those subjects. Next meeting, I will go with, I think that the next topic will be the Thevenin's theorem, then the Norton's theorem, then the Y delta, then dependent sources. And then that's it. That's the finish of direct current circuit. It will take around 2 months, another 2 months. Then we'll go now to AC circuits. Okay. Because this is not a review class. This is a misconception. Since we are a review center, I'm conducting a review class. No, this is not a review class. This is a college setup class. This is how I teach in the universities. Okay? The difference in the review is no choice that we have to make a bit faster in the review so that you can discuss many things. Please take a look at my lecture. No, hindi na introduction lang yung nakita nyo kanina. Yung EE proficiency, mga kawerpa, pakitingnan nyo yung mga nasa Facebook. No, mga highly recommended ko sa mga electrical engineering students. No, especially kung graduate na kayo, tingnan nyo po yung aking lecture sa EE proficiency at saka sa calculator techniques. No? And then so many topics pa makita nyo sa aking channel. Okay? Itong ating restudy EE, so there will be some changes in schedule. We will just announce this. Maybe next week. It's already Friday here. So next week, we will announce the new sets of schedule for our free webinar and our study EE and even for the RME fundamental course. For this September, this is only for September, for month of September. Okay? So, let us head here. Study Electrical Engineering the Filipino way. Please subscribe, like, share, and please put a comment. No? Mag-comment kayo sa aming mga ginagawang ito na mga videos. No? Sana po. No? Kung ito man ay kapalit, konting kapalit po ang aming hinihingi sa inyo. Baka pwede po kayong mag-comment. No? Sa aming mga mag-subscribe pa po kayo. Kung hindi pa kayo nagsa-subscribe, ipaki-share nyo po. No? Yun lang po ang aming munting kahilingan sa inyo. Okay? Study Electrical Engineering the Filipino way. Okay? Actually, we are not yet really finished. So, tutuloy na natin ito. So, meron pa pong natitirang mga free webinar. So, our webinar this September, there is still how many topics left? 2 topics pa. Okay, meron pa pong 2 topic. O, yung mga kaibigan natin sa Facebook Live, mga kawerpa, ha? May 2 pa pong topic para sa buwan ng September. Antayin nyo pa po yung sa October, no? Next week, i-release na namin, no? Gagawin na namin yung advertisement. Next week, i-release na po namin yung mga topics and schedule sa mga free webinars po namin. No? Kayo mag-alala, no? At napakaraming video ang ating gagawin na ito. No? Hindi po matatapos dahil sobrang daming kailangan pag-aralan. No? Feeling ko wala pa ako sa sa 0.000001%, no, ng dapat nating ibigay. No, wala pa. Okay. And then short circuit and lighting design for high-rise building, no? It will be Engineer Karagatan's turn this coming Tuesday. Okay? So, this is power system harmonics. Ako naman ang magle-lecture nito sa Thursday. So, per topic, 1 certificate. No? So, there are 8 topics, you will get 8 certificates. Okay? You can put this in your resume. Resume or resume? Resume. Okay. So, call center, call center. Call center. It's like center dial. Okay. So, we have here, you may attend all topics for free, ha, mga kawerpa. No, sana, maulit yung dati namin, umabot ng more than 100, no? Puno na yung 100, tapos meron pang mga nasa Facebook Live, no? Sana balik po natin yan, mga kawerpa, no? So, first come, first serve. No? Balak namin gawin, sabihin ko na sa inyo, no? We are thinking about this. Magkakaroon po tayo ng webinar at saka Restudy EE ng Sabado at Linggo. Kasi nagre-request yung iba, sir, kasi may pasok kami. No? Do you like the idea having it on a Saturday and Sunday class? Saturday, Sunday. Yung Restudy EE at thumbs up nga kung okay sa inyo, mga kawerpa dyan. No? Sabado at Linggo.
Sir, ask question, sir. Question.
Yes.
In Sunday, what time we will start?
Morning.
Morning, okay.
We'll keep you updated. We'll keep you posted. Okay? So, i-update ka namin, Leo. Basta tingin ka lang lagi sa Facebook namin, ha? Leo, okay, sige. Ang bagong gupit ka dyan, ha? Parehas tayo. Barber's cut, di ba? Oh, first come, first serve, ha, mga kawerpa. Kayo namang mga nakikinig po, pati na rin sa Facebook Live. Baka pwede, mga kawerpa, pakianyayahan yung ating mga kakilala, no? Na yun po, na sumama rin po sa ating pong mga ginagawang webinar, libre naman po ito, no? Pati po yung ating Restudy Electrical Engineering, no? So wala po kayong babayaran kahit 5 dito sa mga program na ito. Special webinar for September. Kaya nga pala, bukas, no? Magsisimula na yung live lecture ko, ha? Live ito, live na live. Practical Electrical Estimation Course. No? Okay? So, mga kawerpa, baka gusto nyo pong ating mga master, sa ating mga engineer, kahit engineer ka na, baka gusto mo pang mas gumaling pa, no? I-avail po nyo po itong aming Practical Electrical Estimation ko. 2 Saturdays, September 19 and 26, 9 to 12:30 p.m. And then, this coming Sunday naman, magsisimula ang ating Industrial Motor Control special webinar. So, it's only 1,500, no? But wait, there's more. If you are a student, it is only 450 pesos. And, idamay na natin pati yung mga fresh grad. Kasi si Carl yata, fresh grad, ano? Tama? O, Carl, fresh grad ka, 450 pesos lang. Kasi siyempre, pag fresh grad, wala pa raw trabaho yan. Lahat sila, wala pang trabaho. Lalo ngayon, pandemic, no? Wala pang work yan. So, 450 lang sa mga estudyante natin, ano? Okay? Pero sa mga professional, yung mga matagal ng graduate, no? I'm sorry po, kayo po ay 1,500. Napakamura pa rin ng mga kawerpa, no? Sobrang mura ng pag-aaral ng motor control at estimate na ito. I think ito po ang pinakamura kahit magtitingin kayo sa Facebook, mga advertisement diyan. Pinakamura po ito, no? Na program na maa-avail nyo po, no? Ito pong mga special webinar namin, standard na po namin tong 5. In a month, sa isang buwan, i-conduct namin tong building wiring, no? Motor control, estimation course, electrical design, no? At saka yung high voltage or power system engineering. So, standard na po namin tong 5, mga kawerpa. Yan. Masasabi ko po ay, ano po kayo? Sana mag-avail po kayo nitong ating mga special webinar na to. Gagawin natin to sa October sa gabi na, hapon paggabi, 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. Siya po ang ilalagay namin kasi ngayong September, nasa weekend siya. Babalik ka rin natin. Sa October, sa gabi siya. Kaya kahit galing ka ng trabaho, pwede kang humabol dito. No? 5:30 to 9:30 naman. No? So, Ganon, no? Kung hanggang mga alas 4, alas 5 ka lang sa trabaho, mga 5:30 to 6, nasa bahay ka na, so kaya. No? Attend ka dito, makaka-aware pa sa amin pong mga special webinar na ginagawa na ito. No? Ulitin ko lang, sa mga estudyante natin, 450 pesos lang ang isa. Then, ito po ang mga course outline ng bawat topics na pag-aaralan. Okay? So, kaya nga pala, mga ka-aware pa, ito yung magandang balita sa inyong lahat. No? Partner, ha? Promo. Okay? Pag-meetingan namin kagabi, meron kaming Zoom meeting ng aming partners, no? Dito sa Powerhouse. Extended po ng September 24. No, after that, tataas na naman yung presyo eh. So, para hindi na tumaas, avail nyo na po, mga ka-aware pa, September 24 ang deadline. Kung magka-cash kayo, yun ang pinakamura. Sa REE, 10,000 lang. RME, 9,000 lang. Plumber, 8,000 lang. Pag installment kasi, plus 2,000. Kailangan nyo mag-down sa September 24 ng tig 225. No? REE, 2.5. RME, 2.5. Master Plumber, 2.5. No? Then yung balance sa first day of the class. No? Master Plumber natin, no?
Sir,
Adjusted na yon ha? October 11. Oy, sige, baka may tanong. Sige, sino yon? Elmer. O, sige,
tanong lang ako sir sa ano sa
anong course mo, Elmer? EE ka rin?
Sir, actually graduate po ako ng Bachelor's of Technology, major in Power Plant Engineering sa TUP po last
Okay.
2009.
Oo.
Gusto ko po sanang mag-take ng ng RMP.
Master Plumber?
Opo, kasi anong araw po ba yung yung review niyo pag sir?
Kaya mo ba ng Master Electrician? Kasi anong bang course mo? Power Plant Engineering, tama ba?
Opo.
O
Opo,
sige,
sir. Kasi
ganito na
nag-take
lang
na po ako,
kasi
sir, meron na po ako sir eh. Yung kasi sa akin, sir, nag-take na ako dati ng Certified Plant Mechanic. 2017 naman po ako pumasa.
okay.
Ngayon, kung pinag-isipan ko po, kasi kung sa registered master plumber, gusto ko sanang mag-review.
Pwede naman.
Kasi nag-take na po ako niyan, sir, eh. Hindi ako nag-review last 2018 na ba
hindi
yun.
ka
Hindi ako
nakapasa. Oo.
naka 668 lang ata yung nakuha ko noon.
Oo, pwede ka nang mag-take niyan, mag-review ka muna dapat. Dapat alam mo kung ano yung mga
Hindi kasi ako nag-review sir.
Yun. Yun ang problema. Oo. Mag-review ka ha. Sa Powerhouse ka mag-review. October 11 ang start natin. Okay? Ayan ang ating...
Kaya nga, sir. Ang iniisip ko pa kasi sir, kung hindi ko kasi alam kung ano pinaka-date ng usual date ng ng exam kasi sa trabaho ko po kasi.
bandang
Hindi kasi
February
basta-basta.
yan. Oo, bandang February. Ang next exam. Wala na palang problema sa requirement kasi ka na, nag-exam ka na pala before. Okay na yon.
Opo, sir.
Oo. Sige, maganda, mag-review ka na lang. Sana sa amin ka na mag-review. No, October 11 ang start namin, ha?
Sige po, sir.
Oo, ha? Sige, please read na lang yung aming mga advertisement sa Facebook, ha? Okay? O, kaya i-message mo ako sa Marinais Powerhouse Messenger. No, re-replyan kita, ha? Okay.
Okay po.
Sige. Anong name niya ulit? Si Elmer. Liaga. Okay, sige Elmer. So, yun mga ka-aware pa. So, extended ang aming review. Promo, yung early bird promo namin, no, hanggang September 24. Okay? If I were you, avail nyo na po habang maaga pa mga ka-aware pa. Kasi you will have the maximum discount. No? The earlier, the better. Or the earliest, the better. No? Pinakamababa po ang babayaran ninyo maaga. Okay? Libre na po yung babayaran nyo. May mga libre na pong handouts, lecture handouts, no? Yung mga soft copy niyan. Take-home exam with solution na. Sa ibang center, hindi daw sila nagbibigay ng solution sa take-home exam. Yung iba nga, wala pang take-home exams. No? So, pre-board exam, may solution na rin. Sa ibang center, yung pre-board, binabayaran pa yon separately. Sa atin po, libre na yon. Pati solution, meron nang ipoprovide. No? Meron pa tayong e-certificate na binibigay. Okay. Guaranteed high-quality teaching, review materials, and review program. No? Okay, baka may gusto pong mag-avail ng aming mga libro sa RTE Okay? May computations yan, no? Objective types, no? Then, the theories. Pag bumili po kayo nito, may libre pa po kayong makukuha. This contains mathematics subjects and some ESA subject, mga engineering sciences, mga mechanics, strengths, no? Engineering economy, meron din po ito, aside from mathematics. And then, nung nakita ko to, meron ding mga electric circuit, no? Ayan. May mga electric circuit din, yan, no? DC, AC circuits ako nakikita. Oh, isa dito, meron pang current sources. Ang ganda po nitong libro na to, no? Alam niyo po, ang presyo po nito nasa 300 plus, almost 400 pesos po ang price nito. So, lilibre lang po namin kung o-order na po kayo nung 4 na review materials na to, no? Sir Garcia, ano, di ka ba o-order? So, libre na rin po ang shipping, no? Anywhere in the Philippines. Okay? So, wala na pong dagdag na price yan. Yan na po ang babayaran nyo, 3,600. Libre pa po itong libro na ito, worth around 400 pesos yung book na yan. Okay. Then, for Master Electrician, 2,600 lang po yung 4 na yan, mga kawerpa, no? Eh, kung gusto nyo makita yung mga live na itsura ng mga libro, ito po, hawak ko na po sila. Live na live, malaki po yan, no? Laki pa sa ulo ko, oh. Size A4 po kasi ito, mga kawerpa. A4 size. Malaki po siya. RME, ito yung REE books natin. Ayan po, mga kawerpa. Okay? So, I hope mag-order kayo kasi limited lang po ito, mga kawerpa. Konti na lang po yung stocks namin. No? Kasi pag nag-order kayo na wala na pong stocks, medyo matatagalan po ang delivery pagka ganun. Okay? So, avail nyo na kagad habang may supplies pa tayo. Malaking tulong po sa inyo. Ito po yung mga number 1 materials namin sa center. No? Wherein we require sana our student to buy this. No? Kasi makakatulong po talaga sa inyo itong mga review materials na to. It's just like a textbook. No? Kumbaga, may kumpletong solution na po yan. No? May sagot na, kumpleto na. May calculator techniques pa, no? Doon sa REE natin. May mga shortcut na po yan. May mga techniques na po. And also, we have the Master Plumber. No? Meron din po kami mga Master Plumber review materials. Oy, Elmer, so, gusto mong bumili ng aming Master Plumber, no? Ito po ay worth 3,100 po yung 4 na yan, no? Original po ito ng Powerhouse, itong plumbing arithmetic at yung practical problem, sanitation, and plumbing design. Okay? Ito po kasi plumbing code talaga. No? Siyempre, hindi natin original to. And then, itong plumbing utilities, ito yung libro, isang magandang libro ng plumbing ni Architect George Salvan. No? Maganda po itong libro na ito. No? And of course, plumbing code is very important. No? Mag-avail ka, Elmar, no? I'm also a master plumber actually. I have 2 license, REE and master plumber. So, I hope. Maganda po ito, mga kawerpang electrical, no? Maganda po itong plumbing profession din na ito. Pag naipasa nyo to, para ka ng PEE, kumbaga sa electrical, no? Bakit, sir? Ay, pumipirma ng plano ito. Alam ba ninyo kung ang isang electrical plan, halimbawa, ang isang charge ng PEE sa isang page ng electrical plan ay 2,000 pesos. Ganon din po ang plumbing. Hindi po nagkakalayo ang presyo niyan. No? Yang MEPF yan, Mechanical, Electrical, Plumbing, and Fire Protection System, hindi po nagkakalayo ang presyo niyan pag nag-sign and sealing ka. No? So, tinitiyak ko sa inyo, yung babayaran nyo, magkano ba yung review natin sa plumbing? 8,000 lang, biro mo, napakamura. O, Elmar, no? Tapos na September 24, tataas na presyo niyan. Ha? Ang regular price niyan, 12,000. No? Baka mamaya maging 12,000 na yan, sayang yung 4,000. No? Avail mo na habang maaga. No? And then, kung gusto mo pang bumili ng review material namin, that is the best. No? Meron ka ng mga materials na ito. Okay? Okay, sige. So, ayun, hanggang dyan na lang mga kawerpa. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. No? Sana po kayo may natutunan po sa ating pong pag-aaral ngayong araw. And we really appreciate your attendance for today. Appreciate it. Okay? So, yung atin munang mga kaibigan sa Facebook Live, maraming salamat. God bless you all. Stay safe.